Hey guys, Robin here. Today we'll be going. Hey guys, Robin here. Today we'll be going over all the research and planning that I need to do as I go from zero to AAA dev. For those of you who this is your first time to the channel, I'm Robin and I'm challenging myself over the next year to go from absolute beginner game developer to securing a job at a AAA video game studio. So with any big challenge, the first thing that I think that I should do is try to set myself up for success. And so I want to do a little bit of research just to see what big companies look for in their game developers. So over the course of this video, I'll be going and looking at job postings from all these awesome studios and trying to pick apart what skills they look for to hire new devs. From there, I can set up a plan, gather resources, start to set myself up for success so that over the next year, I always have something that I can be working on. If you know something that I should be working on, put it in the comments below, let me know, and I'll check it out. Thank you guys. So what the hell do I need to learn? Let's find out, because I really have no idea. So one of the first things I want to do is just find out what skills each one of these studios is looking for in game developers in general. The first thing that we're going to do, let's just start straight from the top. We'll go to Activision. We'll take a look at a few of their roles, see some of the skills that they're looking for, and just work our way down the list. Activision careers. Lead map designer, well, that's pretty cool. UI designer, UI engineer, Call of Duty. Let's take a look at that. So, okay, so let's see. These are the skills here that they're looking for. So develop, modify, debug UI software and script in C/C++. Okay, so C/C++. Let's go ahead and just drop that here. Okay, deploy, evaluate, performance, optimize, and test. Okay, collaborate, got it. Co-develop and collaborate, got it. Document software features for internal. Okay, so documenting stuff. Okay, so let's find out more about that. Scheduling, design, performance. Okay, so scheduling, design, and performance. Code review process. Mentor junior engineers. I'm not a junior, I guess. I guess I'm mentoring people after a year. It's okay with me. Okay, requirements. 3+ years UI development experience. Is it a requirement though? What if I'm a pro at 6 months? Demonstrated proficiency in knowledge C++, data structures, performance, multi-threaded programming techniques. Okay, so multi-threading, I guess. Never worked with it, have no idea what that's about. Okay, collaboration, comprehension, creative, motivated, focused, passionate. Demonstrate ability to write efficient, clean code. Okay, aptitude, pluses, right? So these are like, you don't need it, but this is good. Aptitude for UX design, background in action script programming. Okay, don't know anything about that, so let's learn a little bit about that. Background in C#, background in Lua, don't know, never worked with any of those. Console development. Okay, so this is going to be a tough role. It's going to be a tough role, but you know, all of these roles are probably going to be difficult, honestly. But I have a year to prep. Okay, so there's one awesome role that I think I would really enjoy. The video and just let you guys know my process for looking through these job postings. In total, I went through 20 game design or game programming roles at 11 different AAA companies. Now that may seem like a lot, or to some, it might even seem like a little, but I think it's better to do more than less. A few things I noticed as I was going through all these roles was that there was a lot of overlap. Some roles at some companies had more specific requirements. Most of the roles all shared at least 1 or 2 requirements. And that's great because it lets me know that I should definitely learn those 1 or 2 skills. For all the other skills, I wrote them down as bonuses or niche items that were more role specific. And if I want to apply for that role in the future, that I should probably be familiar with those skills. So I'm just keeping those skills in the back of my mind and just writing them down. Another thing I noticed was that a lot of companies had experience requirements like 3 years C++ experience or must have shipped a AAA title before. Now, I'm not going to ignore those requirements, but my approach to requirements like those is prove that I have 3 years experience in C++ by the time that I'm applying. So by then I'll have 1 year, but I need to be as good as a 3-year programmer in C++. How am I going to execute that? I don't know yet, but I'll be writing C++ every day for starters. My feeling is that I shouldn't let those requirements stop me from applying, but that I should be aware of their expectations and plan to be tested on them. During the interview process, they are not going to treat me like I just know C++ for 1 year. So we want to be prepared for that, and we want to find people who can help us gauge what that looks like. There are also a lot of soft skills that almost all of the companies wanted. A lot of people will say whatever, yeah, I can work with other people, I can work with people cross-disciplinary, but what's more important is that I can prove that I did that and that I did it well. Now, this whole process of going through the roles and going through all the companies took me about 2 hours-ish. Now, that's actually not a large investment to find out exactly what the company you want to apply for is looking for in their developers or in their game designers. This won't be the only time that I go through these roles looking for skills, because they only have so many roles open now, but maybe next month they have new roles and maybe roles that I align with better, that I might be more suitable for, that have skills that I haven't taken note of yet. Okay guys, so we've finished the list for all the companies. Oh my god, what did I get myself into? Oh my god. Okay, so pretty much what we want to do now is take this incredibly intimidating list, and so we want to take this list and simplify it to like what do they want like at the core, right? And there's a lot of similarities between a lot of these companies that we can hit a bunch of these things, right? But we have 1 year and we want to make sure that we get the top things that a lot of these companies are looking for. And as I was reading through them, I found a lot of similarities, like C++ or C#. That's like a key thing, right? And you have to be good, real good. And the reason that I say that is because it says, hey, be good at C++, but then have also expert knowledge on object-oriented programming, right? So like take 2, object-oriented programming. They've asked for it in a bunch of different areas. Some of them don't even say what language, they just say have solid object-oriented programming skills, because you might have to balance between a few different programming languages. Okay, so I just want to start now by making like a tier list of sorts. Here at the top we'll make it, and this list, let's make a table, right, of like most important / must have skills, and then I'll just say here like bonuses, right? Bonuses. And these lists this will be kind of where we start, right? So I'm just gonna start and just say like C++. So as you can see, what I'm doing here is just going through this intimidating and scary long list of requirements that all the roles I looked up were asking for. At first, it's intimidating looking at this long list, but my plan is just to shorten it by a lot and pick a few of the items to really focus on, especially the overlapping items that a lot of these companies share. This way I don't get overwhelmed with what I have to learn initially. I can always go back, add and remove items as I get more experienced as a game developer. It also gives me a chance to look at the skills from a non-company or a non-role perspective. So I don't need to worry about these roles being open in a year from now, because they'll likely be different, but the skills likely won't be different. So I'm just listing them in an easy way to understand and organizing them by importance, so I really know what to focus on and how to plan to learn these skills. Need to learn C++. Okay, so I'm gonna learn C++. I have to learn Unreal Engine, right? And like my intent is like to master those two, C++ and Unreal Engine, like master those two, and then work really, really hard on the math, because I could get there good at math, good at C++, and have worked and experience with an A game engine. That'll be a huge thing. Okay, and then familiarizing myself with how, like materials, shaders, rendering, physics, like how all those things work, and I'm like familiar and can kind of work with like some requirements for those things. I believe that should be a pretty solid game dev. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take these things and find places to learn them. So after I figured out all the skills that I needed to find resources for all those skills right away. I didn't want to wait. Luckily, learning a new skill in this world has never been easier, and there are thousands of ways to learn almost anything. I like to learn from books and courses, so I went online and just looked up what the best resources were for each topic. Something that I found to be really helpful was ChatGPT. I know that it's not the best at programming applications, but it does give you a really quick bird's eye view of what really good popular resources are for different skills. Again, it's just a starting point. I may find out that I don't like that resource, but I can always change it later. And honestly, this is probably one of my favorite parts, is just like finding new learning resources that I can use. I don't know what it is about finding books and websites and all these things that excites me, but I love looking up new ways to learn new things, because a lot of other people want to learn things and they have trouble finding them. And then when you find a good one and you share it with somebody, it's always really exciting. Okay, now this is a lot to learn, and I kind of want to make a really basic schedule to kind of plan out starting tomorrow. It's Sunday night, so that I can kind of get started right away, because I need to get started right away. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my schedule. Let's just make it down here for now. Okay, so I'm thinking Mondays, C++ every day. Now the idea here is not that I'm like jamming C++ down my throat, right? It's just to do something related to C++ every single day, whether I do a small problem somewhere, or I learn about a topic about C++, or I read about C++ or something. I need to be fully ingrained into C++, okay? Monday, Unreal Engine. Okay, so C++, AI is going to be in Unreal, math. Let's just say like game dev principles here. I think that's like pretty important to kind of wrap that up into one thing. Prototyping goes inside of Unreal, and so like as I'm doing Unreal, I'm like doing prototyping, I'm like doing some AI stuff, I'm like even doing some UI stuff, and so like Unreal has a lot, and that's why I kind of chose Unreal, is because it has everything. Okay, so let's say Unreal Engine. Say Unreal Engine on Tuesdays. Math. Unreal Engine. Okay, then we'll say Friday is math. Saturdays, it's Unreal Engine and math. Three and four, like break it up, 3 days of Unreal Engine, 4 days of Unreal, and 3 days of math. Or just, should I do more Unreal? I think I'm gonna do more Unreal. Okay, so Unreal Engine. So we'll do 2 days of math, 5 days of Unreal. And then I want to add another line here, and then I just want to say like like game dev theory, right? This is gonna be a lot about kind of just like learning like game dev stuff. We'll find some books on rendering, shading, and just like how it applies theoretically to game development. And this is going to be like a total of like 3 or 4 hours a day. That's the goal, 3 or 4 hours. That's the goal, 3 or 4 hours a day. If you do have any references to resources to kind of learn these things, I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. If you can just share with me any references, resources, or things that you have that will help, that are like good resources that can help me really speed it up, I would greatly appreciate that. So please, 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 please. Okay. So game dev theory, right? So you, like just like learning game dev theory, right? Beyond like the programming and the math, and like what is game dev? Like what are all the parts of it, and how do I combine all of them and make something out of it? The math stuff is going to be like pretty difficult in my opinion. Like pretty difficult in my opinion. let's just leave it at pretty difficult in my opinion. That's how I feel about that. Okay. But for some weird reason, and I was telling my wife this, like I'm actually like pretty excited to like learn math again. It's been a while. I graduated college like 3 years ago, but I only took pre-calculus and then like statistics, but I'm actually a little bit excited, and it's gonna be, I'm not good at math. Like complicated math, like easy math, like obviously, you know, but like complicated math, I'm not good at. So I'm like really interested in like testing myself and like doing problems on like a paper. Like that's gonna be interesting. So I'm really excited about those things. And yeah, so we have our schedule. We have the skills that we need to learn, at least the starting skills. As we get deeper into it, we'll be adding to this list. Is a fluid list, right? And I'm hoping, you know, over the next few weeks to maybe even talking to some developers who have experience, who have worked at AAA studios, who can potentially help guide me in the right direction, because they know better than anyone like what you need to know and how to get hired, because they've been hired at those jobs before. So this may have seemed like kind of overkill for what seems to be pretty obvious, but now we know for sure. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the research and planning video that I had planned for tonight. Tonight is Sunday night, and tomorrow is the inaugural day 1 of 365 of Zero to Hero, Noob to AAA game developer in 1 year. So good luck to me, I guess. Okay. Thank you guys so much if you stick through the whole video. Thank you guys so much. If you have any resources, any help, any words of inspiration, leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely read them. I'll definitely like them, and thank you guys so much. And in the next video, what the plan is that I do a recap of 1 week of our schedule that we made, right? So in 1 week from now, we'll be releasing another video, and by we, I mean me. I'll be releasing another video, kind of letting you know how the process went, new things that I found out, new skills that I've learned, and I'll just be keeping you updated consistently over the next year. Okay, so again, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you soon.